Very good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's week ahead video. Usual format, going over all the pairs like we do in the isolation session, trying to highlight what's setting up for the week ahead. If you have any questions, comments, please reach out to me directly. Please subscribe to my personal YouTube channel at MelonsTrade, where you'll learn much more about the harmonics and how these patterns come together. Before I start, trading is risky. Be under no illusions, such as CFDs and spread bets, really high risk products. These trade signals, they're not a personal recommendation to you. They're more of a general recommendation to the public. And you're not going to have the same protection you would do if you were going to buy a packaged product or be a normal retail client. So you're not going to be able to complain to the Ombudsman or the Compensation Services Scheme. However, in order to deliver this service, Synergy must still be regulated by the FCA, and that's what it is. Let's start. So last week, we had a good week. GBP, USD, got the other ones. GBP CAD did well for us. CAD CHF did well for us. AUD CHF did well for us. A couple of false starts on EU. Let's go through the patterns. What I will do, I'll start on my favorite because it's got all the info on it. This is it. So from here is you have every tool that you need really from a market cycles perspective. This isn't so much harmonics, but this is the combination of the two disciplines. So let me just remove some bits. There we are. So we can see this is the pattern here. I'll just draw a box around it so you realize that is the pattern. Configure rectangle, border. No color zone, bit of width to it. So that's the pattern. Can you see the pattern here? I mean, we're at 2 now and we're expecting this. So there's some huge telltale giveaway signs. First of all, the previous peaks down here. Lots and lots of traders, I know from my own experience of trading this A, B, C, D at the bottom, worked out lovely. I think we even took it, but markets work in threes. So this is the first zone, this is the second zone, and we do expect the third. So within this consolidation, they threw a Gartley to get people to buy, and it worked. But we've also creating lower highs and equal lows. That's normally a sign for the floor to give way at some point. So having a little look closer, is there anything on the 4 hour that interests us? We were expecting 3 weeks of drop, but it never gave us anything. But you can see here you had 1, 2, 3 to the low. So we're keeping an eye because it is another lower high. It looks quite good. AD CAD, what are you doing? Let's have a look. AD CAD, we have the setup here. So we have the 1, the 2, and the 3. And then we have the trap, the false, and the real. High highs and higher lows. This is all still the first zone of consolidation, but we do expect higher prices. There has been some lovely entries for us recently. Missed the ABCD completion, but we had it down here, which was nice. So we're waiting for a retest. Let me just raise this. Retest to get in long. AUD CHF. So AUD CHF is another one that we can identify where we are. We're in a slightly riskier with it because we're at a peak. And when things are at a peak, they trade both ways, but the pattern for me is complete. If I can just tidy it up a bit. All these lines are just to show you the harmonics, really, but I'm just going to declutter it. Declutter. Sorry about this. Anymore. I think that's pretty decluttered. So what you can see there are the 3 harmonic moves here. 1, 2, 3 to the low. Tick. Check that box on your pre-takeoff checklist. We can also see in each of these levels 1, 2, 3. Abstract sometimes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're in this area here, which is known as the peak. Markets trade both ways. We've shown poked the head above it, looking for a close above, and we'll be long again, but we're in this already. This is a really nice setup. We took the trade here, even though it looked like 2 weeks of drop. But we're in a peak. You don't go against, or you don't continue with the peak when you think you're in with the peak. You take a stab trading away from the peak. D, just pushing higher. You know, it really wants up here, obviously. We haven't taken anything. There was ABCDs down here to complete. These have been invalidated, to be fair, as is this one. The only one still remaining is this A, B equals CD. At the top of the range, you don't trade it until it sets up. Until then, you just watch. Okay, so we've done those three. CAD CHF was a nice trade for us last week. Quite easy to see. There's the big blue ABCD down at where it completed at the red, and we've just moved away. This is the potential upside. This is the mini pattern, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the fake push up. This is a real 1. This is a real 2. This is a real 3. So we spotted that coming. It just comes with experience, how to know which one to ignore. And here's our setup. Had the ABCD and we saw the change in the break, and that was it. In CAD JPY, reaching much higher at the minute, it seems. It seems that we've, look at that, we've busted that ABCD pattern. So there would be traders shorting that, no problem. Would have made money, but it's busting you at the minute. It's really busting, and it's going for this previous high. That is an ABCD pattern that has failed at the D point so far, and we're looking for the extension of the CD leg. Euro AUD. Now, I've been humming and ahhing about this one, even though on paper it's one of the best looking setups. It really is. So nice. 1, 2, ABC, the Gartley pattern to set us up long, and then this trend that's setting up. I just feel that. If you have a look here, you had a shoulder, head, shoulder, fake out, looked like it was going to just sell off. You then have a bigger shoulder, head, shoulder going on. That sets up price potentially down to here. So you have to always think ahead. I love this a lot, this pattern, and I still believe it's bullish, but the very near-term moves for it, I don't think are too bullish. I think something like that can happen, A, B, C, D. Now, if I go into some more detail, you can see here, shoulder, head, shoulder. There's going to be a lot of stops under here, especially under here and under here. And if it breaks there, it's going to take that and that out. So I am cautious. The other thing I've been, you know, it's a real devotion of love, this methodology. You always got to reassess. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. 3 makes 1. Consolidate, but you trade the highs and the lows of consolidation. At the minute, I'm going to stick to my original markup, because the original markup is correct technically. We've never left the third zone properly to create level 3, so I'm confident in that. But level 2 highs and lows are consolidation, so we are bang in the middle at the minute, and you shouldn't trade in the middle. EuroCAD, not something that I have done anything with. You can see the pattern on the way down, pattern on the way up. It is in the middle of the zone, and I'm not trading that. Euro CHF, very much like AUD CHF. CHF pairs starting to show their signature move higher. We've been anticipating this for a while. It's breaking out the peak off the previous lower high. Yeah, just waiting for a bit more development on that. Looks really good. Euro GBP back to the lows. Let's move some of these things out of the way. So we have the 1, the 2, ABCD, holding the lows, lower highs, change, break. We're on the retest part now. So on a change and a break and a retest, that looks scruffy, I know, but it doesn't matter. It's for me to see. Change, break, retest. We are now looking. Okay. So we now have Euro JPY doing the same thing as CAD JPY, just really pushing higher. Have a look. So you got 1, 2, 3 to the high. Don't try and take clever shorts. Now this one, Euro NZD, I prefer to Euro AUD at the minute. Why do I prefer it? Because it's given me much more internal breakdown of structure, change break. Well, wait, long off the targeted. Level 1, level 2. Again, the same argument with Euro AUD, but this is more developed, and I am really waiting for an opportunity here. I'm waiting for an ABCD pattern to kick in. So we're still waiting for price down here. But to get in long with the trend, that's what we're looking for. Euro AUD, like it. Something for next week. 1 push, 2 pushes, 3 pushes potentially we see in here. Probably are seeing that. Now, the reason I'm not mad for it is, I'll show you. So what we have, I believe, I can only see 1 and 2 lower. Markets work in threes. So even though we have the Gartley that we took and we made money off it, yeah, all that, I think we're coming lower. One last push. So you've got 1, 2, 3 to complete the D leg. I'm waiting on that. Okay, GBP AUD, another crazy setup. We are waiting for the A, B equals CD to get in long down at these lows as well. That will be an inverse head and shoulders. And just to remind you what we're looking at here, we're seeing 1, 2, middle of the zone. So I'm not in love with it either. Pass for now. GBP CAD, this was a really nice trade last week that we got on. Let's have a look at what we saw. Was it on the 3-hour, I believe? Let's just wait for the computer to decide which one it was on. Sorry about this. Bloody nightmare computers. Okay, so why isn't it allowing me to see what I want to bloody see? Come on. Where did I draw that chart? 6? There it is. So we have the Gartley. There it is. ABCD. Perfect reaction off the D point. Great pattern, great trade. We're in this. You have to expect a pullback. You have to. It's just too big, and you got 1, 2 also. So we took the trade in isolation in line with the trend, but as to where it wants to go now, not too sure. GBP CHF. If we look at it on the daily, we've got the pattern playing out 1, 2, peak low, 3, and then we got 1 up middle of the zone at the minute. Change, break, retest, potentially longs like other CHF pairs in line with the pattern. GBP JPY reaching crazy higher, level 3 rise. There have been people trying to stop this, but it's just not worth it. It's too much weight of water there. GBP USD, we took this guy as well, low of the zone, ABCD entry. We pulled the plug on it though because of news, and obviously it went on to be bonkers. But again, it's created for me, I can see this stuff really easily. Created a zone, and this is another zone. This is a 1, this is a 2. And I expect that basically to bomb it out. Moving on, NZD CAD, the problem chart, really a problem child. So we've been meddling with this one for a while now, and it's been a struggle. So we've got level 1, level 2, level 3, and then we have this peak, this trap move straight out the blocks. That's characteristics of leaving a peak low, no doubt about it. You then create this false move, trading off this low here with an ABCD structure, and we're showing a double bottom, trying to push away. This is known as a safety trade. We may get 1, 2, 3 to the low. It's still bullish in my eyes. This is the lows of level 1 consolidation, early entry. We do have ABCD structure in the blue, and we do have this A, B, C, D, and a 1, 2, 3. So that convinces me this leg's complete. It's whether this leg is complete. We shall see. NZDCHF looking really good. Breaking out from the, not breaking out yet, much like AUDCHF, but trying to do the similar sort of thing. Really nice. Keep an eye. NZDJPY. Beast mode, level 3 continuation, one of my favorite looking pairs. Can't say any more, it's just beautiful. NZDUSD, this is one I was eyeing up another long for, even though it's counter trend, like AUDUSD. The Gartley is so well defined. So well defined here. Look at that Gartley playing out. We've got an internal change break, and I'm looking for a long, actually. I am looking for a long here. We'll keep an eye on that. Gold, not noticing it too much at the minute. It's certainly corrected off those highs. The ABCD and a retest of the pattern path. USD CAD. Let's just have a look. USD CAD. So to my favorite, USD CAD. It's resetting itself up for a retest, which I like the look of. First zone, second zone. Expecting a third zone. USD CHF, not sure what's going on. It's just completed a load of patterns. And there you have it, folks. So we look forward to a strong week again, coming to the end of the month as well now, so we can expect false moves or trap moves in line with the trend. Difficult to really, well, I mean, we can just spin through them quickly to see trap false. So we're making the real move here at the end of the month. Let's see what we got here. Trap false, yeah, making a real there. Making a false. Making a this guy we're creating, well, it's part of the real move. Trap false, real move. Real move. Real move. Yeah, let me try and work out what we got here. It's a false move being created. Neutral. False. Real. It's the real move being created on this one. So you get an idea of how the end of the month creates certain types of moves. But yeah, we'll catch up next week and wish you all the best. Thanks for watching. Cheers.